can tell a lot about a person by what's going on and the things you would find in their house. You could get a psychological understanding of who they are and how their brain works. So in this video we're going to be exploring some of the things that the police found when they did search Barry George's house, and I will be asking the question, do you think they have any relevance to the murder of Jill Dando? One of the pieces of literature found in Barry George's house was called Ambush and Counter Ambush. Adapted from the Australian Military Forces publication, this manual covers the planning, preparation and execution of ambushes and discusses both small and large deliberate ambushes. The counter ambush section includes execution on foot, in vehicle convoy and in watercraft. Again, you can tell a lot about a person by what they read, and Barry George has a military book in his house on how to conduct and execute ambushes, and one of the sections is how to ambush people on foot. This is literally an instruction manual on how to ambush people with guns. So Jill Dando was ambushed at her front door. Can we relate the fact that Barry George has a manual on how to ambush people on foot to the murder of Jill Dando? What do you think? Or is it just a coincidence? Another piece of literature found in Barry George's house is called Ninja, the Invisible Assassins. Ninjutsu has been variously described as the art of sneaking in and the art of stealth and even the art of invisibility, and this book reveals the ninja's way of life that few outside of Japan have experienced. Is this surprising to anyone? Imagine a man was accused of setting off a bomb. The police find a suspect, they go to the suspect's house, they find a manual on how to make bombs. Of course, you wouldn't be surprised, of course. Is it surprising to you that Barry George has a manual on how to ambush people with guns? Ambush and counter ambush. Is it surprising? Is it surprising that Barry George has got a book called The Invisible Assassins? Or is it just par for the course? Can we link this book, Ninja, The Invisible Assassins, to Barry George's psychological state? And can we link that psychological state to the murder of Jill Dando? So what else did they find in Barry George's house? So you know they found reels and reels of undeveloped film, and in that undeveloped film Barry George was taking pictures of TV presenters from the television on the camera in his house. So these are some of the TV presenters he was taking pictures of: Anthea Turner, Karen Keating and Fiona Foster. What can we take from this? What does this tell us about what's going on in Barry George's head? And can this be linked to the murder of Jill Dando? I have already spoken about the list and the relevance of this gun list and gun prices in a previous episode, but really it speaks for itself. A list of replica handguns, government automatics similar to the type of gun that would have shot Jill Dando. Also smoothbore barrel gun, 380 bullet. Gun holster. Would I be doing too much in saying that Barry George owns a gun holster because he's walking around with guns? Is that too presumptuous of me? Why does Barry George have a gun holster in his house, if not to conceal weapons? Four copies of BBC magazine Ariel that came out the day after Jill Dando was shot. What relevance, if any, can we take from the fact that Barry George had 4 copies of this magazine? What was so special about this particular magazine that Barry George needed 4 copies of it? When I was a kid and my favourite football player was on the cover of a football magazine, I would buy 2 copies. Not to give to anyone else, but just in case something happened to one of them, I've got another one. Essentially, it meant something to me. Considering Barry George claims he didn't even know who Jill Dando was, why does he have 4 copies of the same magazine with Jill Dando on the cover that came out the day after she was murdered? What can we take from that? The infamous 3/4 length jacket, the one with the gunpowder residue found in a pocket, the jacket that Barry George said he was wearing on the morning Jill Dando was shot. A 3/4 length jacket, just like the witnesses described the man running away from Jill Dando's house. A red tie, just like a witness, Janet Bolton, said she see a man walking away from Gowan Avenue the same time Jill Dando was shot. 2 copies of Jill Dando's murder poster, one of them ripped. The man with the golden gun star, Britt Ekland and Olympic gymnast Suzanne Dando, who appeared in Octopussy in a notebook written in a column for TV and film stars. They also found a newspaper with Jill Dando and Alan Farthing in it, and Alan Farthing had been ripped from the newspaper. So we have to bear in mind that Barry George was a hoarder of newspapers and celebrity gossip magazines and that type of stuff. But either way, let me know what you think in the comment section.